Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to be doing an ink swatching haul, and if you want to see what the colors look like, stick around. So as you can see, I have some Sailor inks. So I kind of went on a little Sailor shopping spree kind of. But these are inks. Some of these, well, only one of these is not a Sailor. And I'll get to that. But 11 out of the 12 of these are Sailor inks. And I love Sailor inks because of the chroma shading, the dual shading. Oh my gosh, y'all, their inks are just so gorgeous. I cannot get over how gorgeous the properties of the inks are. And I love inks that shade. I'm really into inks that have a lot of shading, not so much as a sheen or shimmering, but I just love inks that shade. That I have tried various colors and various brands, and to me, this is my personal opinion, so don't be trying to come for me in the comments. But I think that Sailor inks are just my personal shading inks. So I'm not going to prolong the video. So I am going to, before I start, I do want to let you all know, like, Sailor has different, like, series of inks. So you have Sailor Ink Studio, which most of those inks to me don't shade. They're pretty much just like your regular standard ink, but the colors are amazing. They're gorgeous. And then you have the Sailor Manio inks, the Sailor Shikiori, and then the Sailor Yurameka series. So let's get into it. So I have my water here, and I have my ink muddler from Pen Chalet, and then I just have like a little dip pen that is like, I like it, but I don't like it. And I don't like it because if you could see, like, when you dip it in dark colors, it just messes this up. So I pretty much just use this for my videos because, yeah. Anyway, so I don't even know what. Okay, first we're going to start with the one that's not a Sailor ink. And I used to take French in high school. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this because I will butcher this. It's like I can pronounce it, but I'm just not trying to, like, have y'all come for me. So this is Herbin, which is Jacques Herbin. But no, seriously, this is a French merchandiser. So, and the bottles are usually written in French, which is really cool. And I probably need to pick my French back up because I actually love it. It's like really like one of my favorite languages besides Japanese. Also, if y'all hear a air conditioner, it is super hot in Georgia, so you will hear the AC. But I actually love this color. This color actually has a little bit of shading, but I actually fell in love with this color because if you've ever seen Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose, this is what this J Herbin reminds me of. It's like a dusty pink, and I absolutely love it. And if you've never seen Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose, you go look that up. It kind of reminds me of that color a little bit, except this color is a little bit, it's just a tad bit darker to me. Even though it looks dark, it actually writes lighter on paper when you're using like a fountain pen or a dip pen. So this is, so if y'all see that, it doesn't write as dark as it looks, to be honest. And you have to remember that on different types of paper, the ink shows up completely different. So don't be alarmed if, like, you write with, like, on Tomo River paper, it completely is lighter than it appears to actually be when you swatch it. Okay, so I'm going to just show y'all This is actually Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose. And you might be like, no, that doesn't really look like that. But if you could see the lighter parts of the J. Herbin ink, it reminds me of Lady Rose. I just actually want y'all to see how similar the Ferris Wheel Press and the J. Herbin maybe that's how you pronounce it. I'm just trying. I just cannot pronounce R's. That's the worst thing for me to do. But as you can see, going forward, it looks similar on paper. So this is like 120, maybe 120 GSM cream paper. And then, but this is like Tomoe River S paper, but as you can see, it looks the same. So, okay, so that's that one. I need to straighten my display back up. Okay, so let's move it on. So that's the only one that's not a Sailor ink. So we'll start with the Shikiori series. So this is Sailor Shikiori Yozakura. And I actually really love this color. To me, this color just reminds me of it's like a really muted purple to me. Like I said, it will change on here according to how saturated you make the paper. But it's such a pretty color. And I am really getting into purple inks. So this color is so pretty to me. And it actually, I wish I could just show y'all how they look when you actually put them in a fountain pen. So even though the color is light, even though the color is dark here, when you put it in the fountain pen and ink it up and you write on paper, the color changes completely. It's like a lighter purple than this. So that's Sailor Shikiori Yozakura. So the next one is this is one I wanted to try. So I did not have this one ever as a sample, but I love green. It's my favorite color, and this is Sailor Shikiori Tokiwa Matsu. So, and as you can see, this one, I haven't even opened it. This one was actually still in the pack before the video. So, and when I saw this color, I was like, oh, I really think I want to try that green. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I love this green. It's so pretty. Let's just try. Let me see. It's so pretty. It's such like a rich dark forest green. That's literally how I can describe it. Okay, let's see how it looks when you write with it. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It literally is like a forest green. It's gorgeous. I am going to be inking up all my pens with this because I love, love, love green inks. And it's probably going to soak through the back of my paper because I super saturated the paper. And I definitely see just a tiny bit of shading a little bit in some areas. You probably can't see it on camera, but I can see like some of the shading in it. Okay, so the next one is Sailor Shikiori Shito Shito. Y'all, I'm saying this stuff like I'm actually fluent in Japanese. And when I saw this color, I love teals and blues and greens. So when I saw this color, I immediately was like, I need that color. Oh, this is so gorgeous. So let me know in the comments what you like about any of the colors so far. I'm actually going to turn the bottles up like this so that y'all can actually see them. So if you want to write the names down, you can like see them, but they'll be in the description box as well. So I'm trying to be a little organized because my table is actually really small. So this is Sailor Shikiori Yuki Akari. This one I have never tried. So it's a blue. So I was very interested in trying this one. When I saw a swatch of this one, I was like, I need that. Because if y'all ever seen Noodler's Legal Blue, see, I love giving y'all comparisons because maybe y'all have seen a Noodler's Legal Blue before. So if y'all have seen a Noodler's Legal Blue, this is what this color reminds me of. And I'm actually going to show you Noodler's Legal Blue. This might be a little bit brighter, almost like a highlighter. So let's see. Noodler's Legal Blue, which it is this. This is a little bit darker, but it still reminds me of Noodler's Legal Blue. Like I said, this is lighter, so like a lot brighter, but this color is really pretty. But it does remind me of the vibrance of the Noodler's Legal Blue. So let's see. We're gonna start with the Yurameka series. So this is Sailor Yurameka Tsuki Gokoro. And I always shake my inks up and down. I don't know why. It's just a habit. It's just a wild habit. I just feel like I have to shake up the pigment, I guess. And I've never had this ink before, so I really wanted to try not to oversaturate the page so that y'all could actually see what the color actually looks like. So that's why I'm taking some of the ink off, so y'all can actually see what the color looks like before it's saturated with the ink. So I never tried this one before, and I love the way that it looked on paper. And I love greens. It doesn't even matter how it looks. As long as I could tell what it looks like, that's all that actually matters. And if you could see this, it doesn't, on paper, it doesn't look anything like in the bottle. If y'all could see this, it's almost like a blue-green inside of the bottle. And then, as you can see on here, it does not even look blue-green. But you can also see some color changing properties inside of the ink. You can definitely see the color changing properties. And what I'll probably end up doing is swatching these in a fountain pen, because sometimes they look so much better when you write with them and you can actually see the shading properties. Okay, so the next one is Sailor Yurameka Kongyo. probably not right. If I'm not right, if you're Japanese or you're fluent in Japanese, you can tell me how to say that. I'm just keeping it real. Okay, they had this upside down in the bottle. They wrong for that. Okay, so I actually have a sample of this one, so I pretty much know what this one looks like already. And one thing I've been learning about inks is that they can look a certain color, and then you would be surprised that the color you think it is, it's really not. So you can see with this one, I'm gonna hold it up so you can see. So you could, oh man, I got that wet. Oh well. So you can see the shading. Oh my gosh, that's what I loved about this ink. They always have like this green undertone. It's so gorgeous. So if you could see that, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm in love. I love Sailor inks. There are some other inks that I would like to try that have a lot of shading. Like I noticed the Waringal inks have some inks that have that dual shading property that I would really love to try. So if y'all have ever tried Waringal inks, which ones have you tried already? And which ones do you think is a really good shading ink? Because I really want to try Waringal inks, and I've been wanting to try. I have a bottle, but the bottle, well, the sample that I have, it doesn't shade at all. So okay, so the next one is Sailor Yurameku Saki. I have a sample of this one as well. So the ones that I'm showing you, well, this one I'm showing you, I already know what it looks like. I love inks, especially inks that I've already tried. That's why it's important to try samples, and it's just important to try samples first, to see what you actually like. And I have dozens of samples, and I just fell in love with Sailor inks. To me, they're just the best. I have some Ferris wheel press inks, and I also love diamond inks as well, but they don't have that shading as much as Sailor inks. So if you could see this one as well, you could see that it has that dual shading as well. And it's almost like a characteristic of their inks, how they have that green undertone to it as well, because you can see that. Okay, so the next one is Sailor Yurameku Kyokyu, because it has that double K. So and I have this one as well in a sample. So pretty much all of these that I have, my samples are pretty much like depleted. So I'm like, why keep buying the inks when I can just purchase the bottle? I'm sorry, why do I have to keep purchasing the samples when I could just purchase the bottle? You know what I mean? Because by the time you... And Sailor samples, they're cheap, but they're not cheap. They could be $3, $4, depending on the type of series that you're buying. So I rather just bought the bottles, and the bottles are not, oh, I forgot to write with that because I'm talking too much. So the bottles are, to be honest, I ordered these from Amazon. They're not that expensive. It just depends on how much you're willing to spend on the bottles of ink. So I didn't pay over maybe maybe over $15, except for these two, because these are bigger bottles. So if you see that, this is, you like, some of these just aren't even describable. I know that the Yutameka series have more dual shading than any of the series to me. And some of the Manyo also has some shading properties, but the Yutameka series is amazing. It's like hands down amazing. So the last Yutameka I have is the Sailor Yutameka Itezora. Itezora. I know these people probably like, girl, you cannot pronounce these names, but it's all right. I love the inks. So pretty. Oh my gosh, y'all, so adorable. I literally cannot wait to ink these up. I think in July, I think all my Sailor Yutameka series will be in my currently inked. And currently inked videos aren't even something that I have ventured into. So let me know in the comments below if y'all would want to watch something like that. I don't know. I've never thought about doing any videos like that because I just didn't think people would be interested in videos like that. Okay, so just let me know if y'all want me to do some currently inks. And because I have like the same fountain pens, you know how some videos you see people with different fountain pens, I have like the same fountain pens. So it's like, would it be boring for you to see the same fountain pens inked with different colors? I mean, let me know in the comments what y'all think. Okay, so these are, now this is the Sailor Manyo series. So the Sailor Manyo inks have dual shading as well. These are these two are 50 milliliter bottles. And I actually did not read the description before I ordered them. I actually thought they were just $25 just because, you know, it's Sailor. So, although I don't really like Sailor's fountain pens that much, I love their inks. Their inks are amazing. But this is a 50 milliliter bottle. So, when I received it, I'm like, no wonder it was $25. Because I was like, $25 for a 20 milliliter bottle? Are they crazy? But now I know why. It's because the ink bottle is humongous. So I was like, okay, this would probably last me for about 5 years, maybe. But inks do have an expiration, which I never knew that until I went to the pen show, but they actually have an expiration date. So that's why I try to use all my samples as fast as I can, so that they don't evaporate. Okay, so anyway, so this is Sailor Manyo Hinoki. Man, this bottle is so big. Lord Jesus. So this Sailor Manyo Hinoki reminds me of the Yutameka Itezora. These pretty much, they're very similar. They are definitely very similar with the shading and even in the color. The Hinoki might be just a tad bit darker, but it is literally almost the same. Okay, so the last one is the Sailor Manyo Ayame. So this is how the bottle looks. See, in the bottle, it looks green or gray. So this actually looks like a Mama Yoi. So if you've never seen any of my other videos, go back to my other ink swatching videos and look for the color Sailor Yurameka Amama Yoi, and you would literally be like, oh yeah, that does look like that, because the Sailor Yurameka Amama Yoi has that green with the pink shading. So I absolutely love all of these colors. I absolutely love all of them. You cannot go wrong with any of the Sailor inks. You cannot go wrong with them at all. Like, if y'all see these are gorgeous. So now that the Herbin has dried, it looks a little bit lighter. It lightened up a little bit. And then the Sailor Shikiori Yozakura kind of lightened up as well. So it pretty much looks like a plum color now. But I promise y'all, when you write with it, it looks lavender. And then the Sailor Shikiori Tokiwa Matsu. So it's definitely lightened up. And then you can actually see some shading going on. It's very light, but there is some shading going on the side where the ink pulled. And then you have the Sailor Shikiori Shito Shito. I really love this color. It's like such like a pretty aquamarine. And then Sailor Shikiori Yuki Akari. So pretty. It actually, no, this reminds me of a platinum color. I can't think of the name of it, but if you look up platinum ink, this reminds me also of a platinum ink. And then you have Sailor Yurameka Saki Gokoro, and it has some shading as well. It has like some, I don't want to say it's pink, but it almost looks like some pinkish purple shading inside of it. And then you have Sailor Yurameka Kongyo, Sailor Yurameka Saki. I just absolutely love the green shading in the inside of it. And then the Sailor Yurameka Kyokyo, Sailor Yurameka Itezora, Sailor Manyo Hinoki, and Sailor Manyo Ayame. So my favorite are all of them. However, if I had to choose, if I only could choose, I would definitely choose the Yurameka and the Manyo series to write with forever. But I absolutely love all the colors. So let me know in the comments of what you think about these inks. Would you buy them? Would you not buy them? And just let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.